All right, take a look at this picture. How would you describe this girl's face? How would you describe the color of her skin? Look at the color of her skin. Which word would you use to describe it? Well, she might describe her own skin as pasty white. Pasty white. Do you know what pasty means? It just means sort of very white. I don't know why, but sometimes people here in North America describe their skin as pasty white. It sort of means not shiny, I guess. When I think of the word pasty, I think of like paint, almost like the paint on a wall. You know, just sort of a pale color. Do you know what pale means? Pale, if we talk about someone's skin as pale, that means it has no pigment. No pigment, right? Sometimes if people get really scared, the pigment in their face disappears. The pigment in their skin. Okay, so pigment means the color inside your skin. Some people have more pigment. I don't even know really what pigment is, but we use this word to talk about the color of a person's, the color inside a person's skin. Okay, that's called pigment. So if a person is pale, that often means they're maybe sick. If you describe someone as pale, that's not really a good thing. And also, if you describe someone as pasty white, right? If you would describe her skin color as pasty white, that's not a good thing. It's not a compliment. In a lot of other countries around the world, it would be a compliment. Everybody wants white skin, right? If you go to Asia, for example, so many products are like skin whitening products, right? But here in North America, actually being really white isn't seen as a good thing. It's almost seen as a bit of a bad thing. So she might want to go to a tanning salon to get darker skin, to get more tanned, right? Have you ever been to a tanning salon? I've never been to one, but this is what it is. You basically just lie in a bed and these lights just tan your skin. Okay, so here in North America, people pay money. People pay money to go to these places. Can you believe it? Would you pay money to go to a place to get darker skin? I don't know, it's crazy. Nobody's happy with their skin color. Here in North America, white people, they try to get as much sun as they can to tan their skin. And over in countries like China or India, people want lighter skin. It's like, why? Why can't people just be happy with the skin they have? It's fine. Your skin color is fine. My skin color is a bit pink. I would say my skin is a bit pinkish, right? It's okay, I don't mind my skin color at all. But this girl, if she's a bit sensitive about her pasty white skin, she might want to change her skin to be more like bronze. Okay, so sometimes people use the word bronze when they're talking about skin and skin tone. Very often girls use makeup, they use foundation, they put foundation on their face to make their skin look darker or more shiny or something. So you could describe that color as bronze. Bronze. Okay, now bronze is also a kind of metal. You got gold, silver, and bronze. That's a bronze metal. Okay, now the material, that's a metal, but also the material, the substance, is metal. Okay, so you could say the bronze medal is made of bronze metal. The bronze medal is made of bronze metal. Now look at that word, metal, and this word, metal. Okay, we say them the same, metal. Metal. We say it like that, metal. We don't really pronounce the T in words like this. Okay, like water, we don't say water, we say water. Okay, so the bronze medal is made of metal. This is the substance, and that is the award. Right? If you win the Olympics, if you win a gold, well, bronze is third place, right? So that's not good. I hope you win the gold medal, not the bronze medal. Okay, so take a look at this skin color here. How would you describe this skin tone? Well, the word is ebony. Ebony. Have you ever heard that word before? Okay, she has an ebony skin tone. Now, sometimes people think when we're talking about colors, we're talking about ethnicity. Sometimes people use skin colors to mean ethnicity, right? Like sometimes you might hear people say he's white. Like for me, I'm white, right? Someone might be black or brown. But in this video, I'm not talking about people's ethnicity. I'm just talking about how to describe their skin tone. Okay, so if you look at her, she's black, right? When we're talking about her ethnicity, she's black. But her skin, if we want to describe the color of her skin, then a better word is ebony. Ebony is the perfect word for that skin. Okay, so take a look at this girl here. How would you describe her skin? What kind of skin tone does she have? Well, we have a word for this kind of skin tone, and that is olive, an olive complexion, okay? I'm losing my voice. I should have brought some water here to drink some water. I might have to take a break, go get some water in order to finish this lesson. I don't know why I'm losing my voice. It's been raining for the past few days, so maybe the weather is making me sick. But anyway, so we would describe her skin as an olive complexion. Olive. Right, actually think about like the Mediterranean, right? People from Greece or Italy, those people have an olive skin complexion. It's not dark. It's not as like dark as Middle Eastern, but it's not as light as like mine, right? My skin is like sort of white and maybe a bit pasty, right? But people from like the Mediterranean have really nice skin tones, of sort of an olive complexion. Now, do you know what the word complexion means? Complexion means the natural color of a person's skin. The natural color. Okay, we're not talking about makeup and all those different products, lotions and creams that you can put on your skin. Okay, the natural color is called a person's complexion. So when we talk about a person's skin tone, we often use the word complexion. Okay, now usually when we talk about colors, we use the word shade, right? For example, all of these are red, but these are all different shades of red. Okay, look at that. We have candy, wine, crimson, rose. Okay, they're all red, but they're different shades of red. Okay, but when we talk about a person's skin tone, we don't use the word shade. I mean, you might be able to say, he has a lighter shade of skin than that guy. But it's better to use the word tone when we're talking about skin. Okay, so we say skin tone, right? She has a darker skin tone than she does. Okay, she has a darker skin tone. She has a lighter skin tone. Or you could say she has a darker complexion. She has a darker complexion and she has a lighter complexion. So the word complexion just means like the person's skin tone. Okay. Now take a look at this picture here. So how would you describe this girl's cheeks? Look at the color here on her cheeks. Well, the perfect word we would use in this situation is she has rosy cheeks. She has rosy. Rosy sort of means like pink, naturally pink. Well, a lot of women put blush on their cheeks, right, to make their cheeks a little bit more rosy looking. Okay, so that color, that pink color on the cheeks can be called rosy. We especially use that word when we talk about cheeks. Okay, now take a look at this girl's face. Look at those spots. How would you describe those spots on her face? Well, those are called freckles. Freckles. Do you have freckles? I don't have freckles. I think freckles are kind of cool. They look really cool. Okay, now take a look at this girl's smile. Look at these little things sort of on the sides of her mouth, sort of by her cheeks there. What's the word? Do you know the word for them? Well, they're called dimples. Dimples. Do you have dimples? I don't think I have dimples, but dimples are also cool. Hey, if you have dimples and freckles, smash that like button right down there. Okay, so sometimes, we just use the words darker and lighter to describe people's skin. If you don't know the word ebony or olive, or pasty white, you can just use these words, darker and lighter. It's just easy. That's simple. Okay, for example, you could say, I have a darker complexion. I have a darker complexion. Okay, now you might be a bit confused. You might see this word, darker, and think this is a comparison word, right? What are we comparing it to? I have a darker complexion than what? Right, like for example, this sentence here. South Indians have a darker complexion than North Indians. Okay, here we're comparing South Indians to North Indians, right? So we use the word darker than, right? We're comparing, but you don't need to. Okay, you could just say, I have a darker complexion. Okay, so this word darker is not only a comparison word, it's also a descriptive word. So, very often you'll hear native English speakers say the words lighter and darker to describe someone's complexion. Okay, if you're describing someone, you might say he's really tall, he has brown hair, blue eyes, and a lighter complexion. A lighter complexion. You're not comparing his complexion to anybody else's complexion. You're just sort of describing the overall, his skin tone. Okay, so sometimes we just use darker and lighter, to make things easier. So you don't have to remember all the, those specific words. But anyway, I just wanted to teach you a few specific words like olive, complexion, ebony, pasty. Okay, so I want you to describe your skin to me down there in the comments in English. Okay, so try to use some of these words. How would you describe your skin to me or to anybody else? Right? You might be in a situation where you might need to describe your own skin color or somebody else's skin color, right? If you witnessed a crime and the police officer asks you, hey, what did they look like? Then you could say, he was tall, he had a gun, he had a blue jacket, and he had a light complexion, a lighter complexion. Okay, so you could use words like that, right? So I want you to describe your skin tone or your complexion down there in the comments, and I'll see you guys over in the next episode of Mad English TV. Take care.